Later than that. We left at 11, right?
And good morning and welcome the early morning Sunday show. The show that starts every week and takes a half hour to get over with. But it's consistent, very consistent. Cheers. Russ, if you're watching, always love your mug, man. Russ is a buddy of mine from work. We both retired last year. We both started new careers. He's a rancher. He has like those furry cows and stuff and does a billion other things. I'm just a pool boy, but one hot looking pool boy. So yeah, there we have it. Yeah, I hope everyone, man, those in California, wow, man, I hope you're all okay. Everyone else, you're freezing your ass off right now. Oh my God. For those that don't live in the U.S., someone just turned the air conditioning on. I blame Canada. I'm pretty sure this all came from Canada, which I guess is going to be our 51st state from what I'm hearing. We're invading Greenland, and we're going to take over the Panama Canal and go imperialism. Yeah. Already then. From what I've heard is, the Canadians want to become part of the U.S. Why wouldn't they want to become part of the U.S.? You can pay more for medical. Everyone gets a gun. Oh, it's going to be great. So, cheers. But yeah, no, cold week for everywhere. We had snow. Snow's still here. Usually it melts right off. It didn't go away this time. Might snow again today, but by next week it's going to be almost 50 again. So I no complaints on my end up here at all. Yeah, not much else. Just a quiet week. So I just might as well show some records, and we'll see what we got going here. Oh, the opening. The opening was in Glenwood Springs. Glenwood Springs, it's on the other side of the mountain. Last week I talked about our drive, coming back, all the snow. Well, here's next to the hotel, there was a gondola that takes you up. There was an amusement park up there. Most of it was closed, but there you could still visit a couple caves. There was a theater you could go to. Had that mountain roller coaster. It's still going on. I mean, it was cold. These people are rushing down this mountain. Then it brings you back up. And like, God, that looks awful damn cold. But hey, fun is fun, right? So we just took it up there. $30 a person. And yeah, just take a look. The scenery was nice and everything, but yeah, you get up there and you're on top of a mountain and it's damn cold. So that's what I tell you. But and still, the cough. Yeah. Still got the nagging part of that cold. Let's begin with an album from last year. I still got a couple albums from last year I haven't shown, but they came in very late. This one I ordered a long time ago. It took forever to come in because it sold out. But another order came in. Black Country Communion number 5. Black Country Communion. And it's 5. Look at that. Yeah. So this is a super group. Very much a super group. We got a little hype sticker, and there they are. And this super group consists, basic hard rock super group. Glenn Hughes, who used to be in Deep Purple, Black Sabbath. He's bass and vocals. Joe Bonamassa, guitar god extraordinaire. Jason Bonham, son of the famous Zeppelin one, Bonham, and Derek Sheeran from Dream Theater, and he plays keys. This album, I said, came out last year. It's been 7 years since their last album with this group. But I think a lot of that's just due to Bonamassa. Bonamassa is everywhere. And I just think that, this year I didn't hear much of him. But in past years, man, he was playing all over the place. So to get him to settle into doing an album and probably a tour, I would think would be very, very difficult. But they did it, and they got this out. This is a very hard rocking album. It's pounding. It's riff heavy. It's it's a good consistent record. Let's say that there's this ferocity to it, but at times kind of feels like a hard rock formula going on. It wasn't like, wow, this was new, this was different. It was just kind of, I think, more standard. It's a good album. If you like hard rock, no doubt you're going to like this. But I haven't seen anybody put this in their top list. But then again, I don't watch every hard rock channel. This is not my normal what I would pull. Bottom on there, his drumming is very very powerful, and sometimes it sounds similar to how his dad would play. You get that kind of feel to it. Hughes, their lead vocalist and the bass player, his range is pretty amazing for being an old dude. He can really get up there with power to hit some of them notes. So, yeah, when I'd seen this, I thought, well, boy, what an interesting, that group sounds really kind of cool with all these people. Not knowing really anything about this. I think I had a CD when these guys first came out. It probably was the first or second album I had in CD. So I thought, well, let's just give this thing a shot. But it was just sold out. And finally, my buddy Jim there in Radio Wasteland, he's been trying to get it for me. And it's been a long time, and it came in. There's the vinyl. Vinyl's pretty nice and snazzy, and it is a 2-record set. Oh, okay music, good hard rock, but if I'm honest, it's not something I'll yank out all the time. Yeah, I have some other ones that I would probably play more, but still, it's a good solid album. So, Black Country Communion 5. I had this, just trying to get this things out of the way here. I got a new computer for work. This is part of our tax thing, and I have to learn it, but I might be able to do editing on a computer. It's because it's new, and who knows? If my kids can teach me how to do that, I could have some fun. But yeah, got this, and this is an original. And it came out, where did this one come from? Was it Europe? Yeah, this is from Europe. Mastered in France and in West Germany. So it's a European edition of the Laws. I could not have been happier to get this. Now, I actually found it, I had a good price come on Discogs. It suddenly popped up. It was on my Discog want list. Again, one of those CDs I'd always wanted. And I thought, you know what? I would really love to get this in vinyl. And so here it is. And it's pretty good. It's you know what? No, there is a lot of those little hairline scratches. It doesn't pop or click, but the vinyl, when you look at it, there's you could tell it's been played, and you could see even the edges around here are a little frayed, but it wasn't a bad price. The thing is, so I was at Barnes & Noble buying some albums. This one was there. It was 10% off. And this is the one, this was the reissue that had come out that I was looking for, and I couldn't find it anywhere. It had sold out so quickly. And I thought, man, I would really like to have it. Same inner sleeve. And the vinyl, though, is, whatever, Coke bottle? I think that's what we call that. But I thought, okay, this is a great playing copy. This, no pops or clicks, but again, it's been played. I just thought, what happens if this doesn't go very good? And I have not seen this, so so that's what I decided to get. There we go. Let's put that up there like that. All right. And yeah, that looks pretty good. So I decided to get both of these. And yeah, I'm very happy I did. I really like this. Really good to find this, but to have an original. So I should probably make the... I kind of like that. All right. The things you do. Okay. But the last, they're out of Liverpool. Formed in 83, broke up in 92. Very much an indie pop band. They had two core players on here. You had Lee Mavers, and he was on guitar and vocals. And I believe it was John Powers on bass and backing vocals. And then there was a cast of characters. And they said they formed in 83. This is their first and only album that came out in 1990. And this was produced by Steve Lillywhite. The issue was they spent over 2 years trying to make this debut. They went through a cast of people, different people playing on it. They couldn't even get their lineup down. Producers came, producers went. Nothing seemed right. I believe it was Lee Maver. He wasn't happy about most anything, but they really created a great album. This was like Britpop before Britpop came out. Very acoustic oriented, sounds wonderful. And of course, it has the huge hit, There She Goes, which it's been, I don't think it's ever been confirmed, but basically sounds like their ode to heroin. It might have been part of the reasons it took 2 years to make. I don't know. But that is on here, and it is a gorgeous song. But it's so much different than the rest of the album. A lot of the album has almost a more of an uplifting kind of feel to it. Again, acoustic type album. There's just a lot of different catchy type songs on here. It really is a neat listen. I was so happy to finally get this thing, you know. Again, just great acoustic arrangements, great vocals on here. It did take a few years. Hey, look, their eyeballs are different. Isn't that something? Yeah, look at her eyeballs to that eyeball. They don't look they just don't look quite the same. But yeah, the original is great to have, but I'm glad I have the backup copy, and because it took forever to find that. So, the loss. Jazz. Let's look at some jazz. Anthony Williams. Anthony Williams is a drummer that we know as Tony, but on his first album, they put it as Anthony, which I thought was interesting. Born in 45, died in 97, from Chicago. Chicago, Chicago, that happened down. He has an interesting lineage of African, Portuguese, and Chinese. So that's pretty interesting. He started playing drums at age 11. By age 13, he was playing with Sam Rivers. At age 16, Jackie McLean hired him. And then at age 17, Miles Davis brought him in for his second grade quintet. Is that not incredible when you think about it? If Eric Weinbender was listening, crease crack, crease break. Very nice. This is a tone poet. And I waited, found it, great price, 40% off. So I thought, I listened to some of it and I snagged it. And it's not bad. It's not my favorite jazz. I mean, this is different. I mean, you think when this came out in 1964, Tony Williams was just 19 years old. And he assembled on here. He had Bobby Hutcherson on vibes. Herbie Hancock was on there. Richard Davis, Gary Peacock, and then, of course, him on drums. That whole group did not play on every song. It was just kind of, okay, you're going to play on this one, you're going to play on this one. There is elements, well, obviously kind of harder bop, but almost kind of free jazz at time. Gary Peacock's, not Gary Peacock, who was it was Gary Peacock. I believe he was also, they have two bass players, but also one of them was playing sax. And they're just doing this kind of squawking at time that's going on. So kind of different. But I mean, it's just amazing. A 19-year-old, and again, this is his first album. It does have this kind of this feels freely improvised. That probably is a good way to say it. Kind of the spacey interplay happening within the album. There was on side one, it's two pieces of one. And basically, it looks like it's one song, but it's red and blue. And on there, it's really kind of unpredictable on where they're going to go with it. You just don't know. It's very, very different. It's definitely different from what Miles and Herbie Hancock were putting off. Way different from that. But Tony Williams was also one telling Miles, hey, we need to try this. We need to do this. So, neat to a poet. A favorite? No, it's not. But it's, the price is right, and so I like it for the price is right. Fela Kuti. This came out last year. This is one of the reissues from last year as we try to reissue his whole catalog. Elba Gone Close came out in 1975. And as usual, there's only two sides. We have side one, which has Elba Gone Close, which is the name of a police station. And that song just has... it's really hard hitting, and there's just this great bouncy percussion going on intermixed with Fela's organ and of course his singing. Side two is I Know Get I for Back. I Know Get I for Back, which on this one there's an electric piano that is battling the horn section, and then of course Fela's playing sax on that one. Just great. If you were to listen to the sample and think of Talking Heads when they were into their Afro rhythms, especially on Stop Making Sense, the movie, listen to that percussion, and you're going to hear Fela Kuti. That's what's happening on there, and you can really tell on here. Elgon Close is the name of the police station where they did a raid on Kuti's compound, which was quite frequent. And they saw him. They said they saw him swallow a joint. So they wanted to get him on drug charges. It didn't take much. So they brought him into the police station. And they're going to wait him out. Basically, you're going to poop eventually. Well, nothing was happening. They take him to the military hospital, and they're waiting for him to poop. And they're just waiting to dig into that poop to find a joint. I guess joints mustn't dissolve in the stomach very well or whatever. Well, nothing ever. They never got the joint from the poop. And there was a whole album made about this called Expensive Shit, which I have shown before. But that is about what happened here. So, yeah, so they're great. And they're a fun Fela album. They're all kind of have that similar type rhythm. But I just love that music. It just, it's so exciting to hear.
Listen, never mind. I did do my part. I'm a human being like you, Yeah. Listen.
Mark, Mad for Vinyl, sent me this. The Dangermen, Magical Thinking. Dangermen, Magical Thinking. And, well, you could just see, well, this is going to be fun, isn't it, as they do their Beatles thing. Out of Brisbane, formed in 2001. This is like punk and garage rock. Magical Thinking was their third album, came out in 2017. Been 11 years since they had done an album. 11 years. This is a hard-rocking album with a lot of fun songs. I mean, you have songs like Chips and Gravy, which I'm going to play you a sample. Enchiladas, Stupidity. We have The Day Baby Jesus Cried. Okay. Robots Out of Control. I mean, just, it's kind of fun, but it's very hard-hitting punk. At times, I think the mixing maybe wasn't the best on here, especially the drums really seemed to be kind of buried or a little bit flat. But this group had a ton of energy, and some of these songs are just ferocious. I mean, just great punk music coming out of this thing. A lot of energy, a lot of fun. And so, you know, is this something I think you normally find? Probably not, but obviously Mark had this and sent it my way. He thought, you know what, I think I would really like this. And I really did like this. It's just great punk from Australia. The Dangermen, Magical Thinking, from 2017. Barnes & Noble, I talked about that, where I found that lot for 10% off. I got Neil Young's Toast for $5. How about that? $5 for that sucker. Now, this came out in 2022. Would I have bought this? Probably not. Oh, I just got words on there. Is the other one just with words? I was trying to see if there was something else like, pictures or a book or, stuff like that. And I can't even pull this stuff out. Nope, just words. The vinyl, I believe, is just black. And you've seen black vinyl, so get over it. I'm not going to show you the vinyl. So, Toast. And this is with Neil Young and Crazy Horse. These songs were recorded on here in 2001 during the sessions for Are You Passionate? So it's just songs that they never put out, which again, you kind of go, well, were they not very good? Is that why they didn't make it? But, this is a pretty good album. $5. It's an excellent album. It's, the playing is fairly refined playing by Crazy Horse. Especially, it's Crazy Horse. But there's, some of these songs have some really great mellow grooves going on, like the songs Quit, Going Home, How You Doing. It's just, there's It's just this mellow type groove. Neil Young singing in that almost falsetto that he has. But yet you have your jam songs like Gateway of Love is 10 minutes. And Boom, Boom, Boom is goes on for 13 minutes. So you have that happening. You have, what's it? Standing in the Light of Love. Just a hard rocker, kind of vintage Crazy Horse. So you get a variety of different things on here. And I found this to be enjoyable. I've enjoyed listening to this. I've spun it a number of times. And yeah, it was a great album. $5 at Barnes & Noble. Not sure if they're around anymore, but I was happy with that pickup. And the final one, speaking of $5, we have here, Little Big Town. You know what? What's behind this? Had this on here, which I really don't need. There's no hype sticker. All right, so not Little Big Town. And $5 at Barnes & Noble. A little country is always good for you. Out of Alabama, formed in '98, still going on strong. I remember they used to go around to our county fairs, even in Midland. There's Little Big Town playing. These guys are known for their 4-part harmonies, and they've done 11 albums. And they all sing. They all trade off lead vocals, so it's very good. This is a very sunshiny album. Mr. Sun, it's what it's called, and there's a reason why. It's kind of sunshiny. And there is 16 tracks, which, okay, that gets a little much at a time, but, they filled up a 2-album set. Anything special in here? We have just pictures of some legs and people, and the vinyl is, yeah, very vibrant. I had a lot of black vinyl today. We have not done well on showing exciting vinyl. And we have, there we go. I like this. I liked it. Yeah, Mr. It just starts off with All Summer. And All Summer is kind of almost like a 70s soft rock song, but it just feels good. It really does. I really like the way it went. You have dance floor songs like Rich and Song Back, kind of dance floors for a more mature audience, shall we say. Maybe not so much for the kids. The harmonies are fantastic, the way they trade vocals. Heaven had a dance floors on here. It had almost like a new wave feel to it. The music, it's smooth, it's sweet, with maybe just a hint of sadness, but for the most part, it's just kind of a feel-good type album that it kind of lifts you up. It makes you feel good. And again, at $5, I never would have bought it in a million years. And yeah, I'll listen to this thing. I'll pull this out and play it because it just, they sing great.
Let myself feel that way. But here I am, getting tan, drinking wine on the water, and it's easy and it's fun. If you want and if I want, I'll be your dream in between. In your meantime, loving all summer, all summer, all summer. I'll let you buy my drink, let you in on every thought I think.
So, how's that for a mix today? From hard rock to country to punk to wherever else to Afrobeat, jazz. Yeah, we got the bases covered. How about that? Thank you very much for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. Please check out podcast on Sunday. It comes out. You can find it on YouTube on Radio Wasteland Records. 2 guys talking about records, or you can get it on Spotify, iHeart, or Apple. So please check us out. We've been doing well. We continue to grow. Thanks to viewers like you. I sound like a PBS announcement now, but I do appreciate it. All for another great week. Have a couple of videos. I think I will drop World Tag. I'm really having a hard time. There's so many of them out there, but well, what's it going to happen? No one watch it? Oh well. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one. Bye.